We begin on this Sunday night with a weather impact alert. Right now, much of central Indiana is under a tornado watch or severe thunderstorm warning. In fact, we've already seen some tornado warnings as well. And later tonight, we're looking at a flash freeze. So let's get right to meteorologist Rob Ellis, who's tracking it all for us. Rob?
Yeah, we knew this was going to be a busy day, and it looks like it's beginning to unfold. We're starting to see the line move across the state. This is what we're tracking. This is a line of thunderstorms. Now, everything ahead of this is still in the 60s. Everything behind this is watching the temperature drop very dramatically. Along that line, though, we do have some areas of a little bit of spin up. Right now, we've seen that concentrated to the north and west. There is a tornado warning for the extreme northern part of White County. And I do very briefly just want to get in there. This is going to be very close to the town of Monon. This is going to be until 6:15. This is the area that we're tracking right here, just within that cell. It is a good ways away from the Indianapolis radar, so we're not getting the best look at this, but as it continues to push to the north and east, we'll continue to watch that cell. Now, broadening the view just a little bit, keep in mind that this line continues to the south, and along that line, severe thunderstorm warnings are being issued out ahead of it. This line is going to race across the state. The severe thunderstorm warnings that have been issued do have tornado possible wording, and what that means is, as this line pushes through, it's not going to be difficult to get a quick little spin up, and we may see additional tornado warnings along that line. Farther to the south we go as this gets closer and closer to, say, Terre Haute. We see the line crossing this state line. The line of storms producing some gusty winds here, likely near Paris, just over into Illinois, and will continue to race across the state. Now, everyone, just about, is under a tornado watch. It does not include some of our extreme eastern counties, as they haven't quite been added into that tornado watch. We'll see if that's going to be the case as the evening progresses. This is going to go until 9 p.m. tonight. As far as what to expect, take a look at the temperatures. Everyone's still into the 60s, record-breaking temperatures today, but Champaign on the map, you can start to see the cool down. It has gone from the 60s, close to 70 earlier in the day. Now it is down to 52, and once these 60s get out of here, our temperatures are going to plummet in a big way. There's the colder air. Look at Des Moines, down to 16, 47 for St. Louis. Just 4 hours ago, they were at 77. They have dropped 30 degrees in just 4 hours. That is all moving our way. And unfortunately, that clash of that warm and cold air is what's leading to that possibility of severe thunderstorms. We did break a record today. 67 was our high temperature. The old record was 65. Again, we're going to watch this as it moves completely across. Very quickly, I do want to show you kind of a larger view to show you that here is the line that extends all the way down into the Mississippi River Valley. Behind that, there is a little bit of snow as the cold air is expected to move in. This will cross the state over the next 3 hours. I suspect that through at least 9 p.m., we're probably going to have severe thunderstorm warnings or tornado warnings across the state as this moves through. We'll keep an eye on that. What can you expect? Well, through the next several hours, the temperatures are going to drop as that line moves through. We'll likely see storms followed by a little bit of mixed precipitation possible, maybe a few snow flurries, as the temperatures overnight are likely going to be into the teens by morning once this severe weather moves through. Very quickly, let me show you this real quick. I just want to go back to the radar just to show you what we're looking at on the current radar with those tornado warnings. We do have a warning for White County currently. That is going to go until 6:15. Also watching the area around Lafayette for a severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible. Jenny?
All right, Rob, we'll check back with you in a few minutes. Thank you. So the powerful winds we're getting could mean some power outages tonight. So make sure your devices are all charged. You've got the flashlights handy, plus blankets and items to keep warm since temperatures will be tumbling tonight. As for outages, we did just check. So far, Duke Energy shows nearly 220 outages on the west side of the state. That's where those storms are hitting right now. So far, AES is not showing any significant outages, but of course, as the storms push through, we'll be keeping you posted all throughout the night. As we continue to track potential storms and bitter cold, it's also a busy day for holiday travel. Our Ella Rhodes is covering that for us from the Indianapolis International Airport.
TSA expects Sunday to be the busiest travel day around Christmas, but here at the Indianapolis International Airport, travelers have to navigate all of these different delays.
As passengers made their way to check in their bags and head to security, many found their flight delayed, from 30 minutes up to several hours. Like Marlene DeVoe, who says the wind in Indy and the snow where she's headed worries her.
The first concern is simply, are we going to get delayed more? How long will we be at the airport?
13 weather meteorologists say a wind advisory starts this evening. But before then, you can notice 40-mile-per-hour winds.
We feel they won't fly unless they think it's safe. Although sometimes you're up there in the air and things change and then you get caught somehow for a little while.
TSA says around 2.86 million people on Sunday will take to the skies for holiday travel. The reason why Amanda Mays got here early. But now her flight is delayed.
I mean, that's a constant concern when traveling, and especially at the holidays. We know there's a lot of volume coming through the airport. So my plan is always just to be here at least 2 hours early. That way we can adjust. Everybody should know to pack your patience for holiday travel. There's a lot of volume going through the airports, to be kind to all of the employees. And
Maria Piña's flight to Fort Lauderdale delayed for 5 hours. She says, I'm disappointed a little because I'm traveling to Miami for a few days for a vacation from work. And it's a little time I'm going to be there, and I'm a little sad because it's less time with my family. A busy day to travel and to navigate busy weather. In Indianapolis, Ella Rhodes, 13 News.
And we are still tracking those delays and cancellations. So far, Indianapolis International has had more than 100 delays and 7 flight cancellations. We'll keep an eye on these as the storms and the lower temps roll in. And remember, you can stay ahead of the storms and any watches or warnings on our 13 weather app. It's really handy to have, especially when storms roll through at night. It has that interactive radar so you can track exactly where the storms are hitting, when you need to take action. And as always, it is a free download in your phone's app store. We have several other developing stories tonight, including a shooting that critically injured a woman. We'll show you the scene on the southeast side of Indy just a few hours ago around 2 o'clock. IMPD telling us they were called to a home on Meadow Bend Lane near Shelbyville Road and East Stop 11. They say a family disturbance there led to gunfire. A 44-year-old woman was shot and taken to the hospital in critical condition. Officers then tracked down a vehicle who witnesses said fled the scene. The driver's in custody, but it's unclear if they're involved in the shooting. Police stressing a message we've heard before. These tragedies are avoidable.
Violence of any kind is never a solution. It doesn't solve a problem, it doesn't resolve the conflict, and it comes with a lifetime of consequences. This is a tragic incident, and this family is going to be impacted for the rest of their lives, and it didn't have to happen.
Now, if you have any information about this shooting, call IMPD or Crime Stoppers.